If the measure of love is to love immeasurably, then how is a careful girl ever to find true love? Perhaps the solution lies with a best friend. But just how far would a best friend be willing to go to help a careful girl? The answer is all the way. A Tale of Young Romance, by John Robbins.
You're a fucking cocktease, Agnes. Why won't you let me kiss you?
How can I explain to Duckfeet that I don't want to get hurt? How do I explain that I've shut down emotionally?
In her final year of secondary school, Agnes's frustration with neediness had manifested in an anger and jealousy that had twisted her personality.
Does Tony ask you to go commando, or are you just a slapper?
Agnes, for fuck's sake. You need to get your hole. Her sister was right, of course. Agnes was uncomfortable in her own skin and couldn't fully participate in life. It irked Agnes that her younger sister possessed such an insight.
But me and my mates are celebrating our junior cert results. Mom's already out on the pull, and Dad's been gone years. Agnes, you're the only one available to babysit.
Agnes tried desperately to convince herself that she was above being human, but in vain. She yearned for affection. Best friend Ellen contemplated a solution to her predicament.
The problem is that you're into Duckfeet, but you're a frigid virgin.
Helpful.
We need to ease you into a position where you're okay with going all the way, then refoist you on Duckfeet.
Ellen boldly proposed not some reckless romancing, but a 3-point plan of action.
Phase 1, we need to get you kissing. Phase 2, we need you touched up, maybe get a couple of fingers fiddling with your fanny. And Phase 3, you need to go all the way.
Agnes knew only the notional value of a pair of arms around her and of another person's breath on her neck. To address this lack of intimacy, she understood that Ellen was right. Agnes would have to overcome her inhibitions.
I want so desperately to be cared for.
Ellen arranged a boy for Agnes's kissing date. A timid lad, he too struggled to come across as a sexual being.
There's no attraction between us. We're both so repressed we could sustain a platonic relationship for decades.
A part of Agnes was disappointed, but mostly she was relieved.
Maybe we could, do this again sometime?
Is it just me, or was this not a bit on the shite side?
Ellen told Agnes not to be discouraged, that pitfalls often lie in the path of romance.
So, do you want to combine phases 1 and 2 of the plan, or just try another first phase?
I don't think.
What happened next surprised Agnes. Ellen gently turned Agnes's face toward hers. Her kiss was soft but possessive. Agnes's very soul thrilled to the electricity of Ellen's supple lips, and licking and lapping tongue.
I'm overwhelmed. Floating. Can this really be happening?
In school the next day, Ellen smiled shyly at Agnes, and something stirred in Agnes's heart. Suddenly they were awkward together, clumsily bumping as they shuffled to class.
It's phase 2 tonight, Agnes. I've lined you up with Mike the Grope.
Do I wear my drawers, or what? No, Daddy, no. Get off. Oh God. Please get off me, Daddy.
Sobbing and trembling, Agnes fled to Ellen's house. With the psychological residue of past pain distorting her response to Mike's pawings, what hope was there for her to ever be normal?
It was no use. I couldn't. Stop crying.
You daft bitch.
Ellen's hand dropped to Agnes's thigh as she lightly grasped her pal's earlobe with her teeth. Her hand crept beneath Agnes's skirt, determined to disturb the passion in her. Shocked and excited, Agnes eagerly submitted to its demands. Ellen's fingers lingered, flirting, and teased a quiet yelp from Agnes's lips.
Yelp.
Remnants of the surge of elation Ellen had awakened in Agnes reverberated through her body in the days that followed. But confused and embarrassed, the friends avoided each other. Then, on Friday before maths class, Ellen pulled Agnes aside.
Agnes, I've phase 3 set up for you. Tomorrow at the Plaza Hotel. It's your all the way night.
Agnes's heart slumped, but an anger rose in her. The resultant aggression proved startling. It felt foreign, unfamiliar, yet powerful somehow.
Ellen, I don't need rescuing, I can do it myself. And I don't give two flying fucks about duck feet. But I'll be there. And I'll shag the living daylights out of whatever cunt shows up.
That night Agnes dreamt that the local butcher wrapped a bone in a translucent sheet of human skin and told her it was her father's penis. She politely declined his package and insisted on some streaky rashers instead.
Love can't be measured in body parts, Mr. Wilson.
Agnes's aching heart could mine neither comfort nor consolation from her impassioned response to Ellen's news of a final phase date for her. Where anticipation of this date might otherwise have filled Agnes with dread, that Saturday saw her disappointed and in despair. She was grieving the loss of her best friend.
I haven't heard her name spoken aloud today. I'm crushed.
Agnes decided the only thing was to meet her date, but tell him she wasn't interested, that she had changed her mind. Maybe he would mention Ellen's name. All the way there she struggled with the thought that Ellen might have her own date that night. It was torture.
I can't bear the idea that she is out somewhere thinking badly of me. Is that?
Agnes, surprise.
Ellen did have a date that night. In that dizzying moment, life outside this breathless encounter suddenly emptied of significance. Exhilarated, upended, Agnes's rejoicing heart beat an unexpected refrain. You are her date, it whispered. You are her date.
What are yous two up to? Are you lesbians?
We're just going through a phase.